What's going on, guys? My name is Brennan, and I'm here to talk to you guys about our project. I hope you're enjoying the website so far about Rejuveniles Animation. It was a lot of fun to work on. But we thought this video would be interesting to make because we would like to provide a personal insight of why we chose Rejuveniles Animation, specifically animation and how it's affected us and our personal view on it and how we feel that it's either helped us, what we like about it, or just our overall standpoint on it, because it does affect each one of us differently, and we thought it would be cool just to see it from multiple perspectives. So we're actually going to head up to Augusta University. I'm going to talk to my friends Alex, Chandler, Walker, and Christian and try to get their views on why they enjoy animation and what about it they like so much. I hope this brings you some insight of why we love animation, how it affects young adults. So let's head up there and talk to them.
Alright, so I watch American anime for comic relief. I don't watch it as much as I'd say majority of adults. I watch it maybe once in a few months, but every time I do watch it I get a comic relief out of it, and it's always really funny for me to sit there and get a good laugh out of everything.
So I like American anime, mostly like the adult cartoons, but I also watch like Flapjack, Chowder, all those like nostalgic early 2000 animations. But now I ventured into the Japanese anime, and those have more of a philosophical feel to it. Like they have like social commentary and help you know other cultures, and that's why I like Japanese anime. But animation in all helps you learn things in a digestible way, and that's why I like animation.
So I basically like American animation, and I basically like adult cartoons because it kind of reminds me of my childhood, but with like the adult type of topics. And like I basically like watch this. I basically like to watch adult cartoons for comical reasons, to like release my stress with laughter.
Alright guys, so my apology for the change in background. I'm obviously not in the library anymore. We're actually outside of my back porch, but my camera went dead while we were in the library, so we weren't able to continue with my interview and Chandler's interview. But this is just, kind of following up with, my opinion on animation, why I watch it, why I enjoy it so much. So personally, I enjoy animation simply for the fact that it's funny. It allows me to kind of relieve stress, anxiety, some of the things I deal with on a daily basis in my everyday life, and allows me to take things lightheartedly, or take some jokes that may be kind of touchy for some, public situations or, social situations. It allows me to laugh at them in my own personal privacy and kind of exercise my dark sense of humor that I have. And I mean, that honestly why I enjoy animation. It is really dark, morbid humor most of the time, or it may be a gender joke or, something like that. And sometimes, those things are funny in those contexts while they may not be funny in a public context because it's not the real world. Plus, I mean, it kind of allows me to get out this anxiety that I may have kept up, or a little bit of stress. It may allow me to feel like a kid again, which is something that I really enjoy because we're not kids anymore, we're adults. And so I mean, I think that is something that kind of plays into why I love animation so much. So I mean, that's my opinion on why I love animation. I know everybody's isn't the same, but that's just from my perspective. So now that the interviews are over and we've kind of gotten our group's opinion on animation, why we enjoy it, I hope you guys have enjoyed our point of view. And I mean, I know that everybody's just different, and everybody kind of has their different sense of humor and how they like things presented to them. And this is just kind of our opinions. Don't take any of this to heart, especially if anybody said something that you didn't agree with. Hey, it's just our opinions, and at the end of the day, it's all subjective. And we're just here to kind of exercise, or display how we feel about animation and why we chose the subject, because I mean it is very important to all of us. And I think the common theme between them all was that we all feel like kids again, and I think that's very important to the idea of rejuveniles. As rejuveniles are supposed to be adults that kind of do childlike things, such as watch animation, play kickball, play football with their friends, have flag football leagues, or play tennis, or those childlike things. That's what being a rejuvenile is about. And it's maybe a more recent and less caught on term, but it's still something very important to remember, is that all of us adults still have the ability to be like we were when we were kids. And I mean, why not? At this point in life, we're younger people are becoming more prosperous than they were, say, in the 50s and 60s, with more income coming into households, with, you know, women getting more jobs than they were, and women making more money, and the pay gap becoming smaller, even though some people do disagree. But, you know, this is something that allows us to live out these childlike dreams that we had as a kid, and allows us to actually go and do these things. You know, I mean, personally, I love to play catch. You know, I've played catch ever since I was 5 years old, and, you know, that's one of those, you know, activities besides watching animation that we kind of participate in, or at least me, you know, that makes us feel like a child again. And I think that's something important to note about Rejuveniles, is that it's just you as an adult doing things that make you feel like a child again. So like I've said, I hope you enjoyed, and you know, take these opinions lightheartedly, but I hope this video maybe gave you some insight of why we enjoy animation and why we chose the topic.